If you look at the map of North America right now, it looks just the same as it did yesterday. The borders have not moved at all. The cities have not changed places. But if you look at the movement of money, the movement of oil, and the movement of power, everything is different now. For the past 3 months, Donald Trump has been trying to hurt Canada badly. He thought it would be simple. He thought he could threaten a 25% tariff, demand complete agreement, and watch Ottawa give up quickly like a weak lawn chair. He treated Canada like a small part of the Trump organization, a quiet renter he could kick out anytime he wanted. But he made a serious mistake in his thinking. He forgot that Mark Carney is not a politician who cares about getting likes. He is a central banker who plays to win for real. While Trump was writing threats in big capital letters at 3 a.m., Carney was quietly carrying out a 5-step plan to fight back. This plan has left the White House in a rush, American company bosses worried and nervous, and the US economy facing a big supply problem like we have not seen since the 1970s. Trump tried to trap Canada in a corner. Carney did not just stay calm, he turned the whole situation upside down. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly what has changed. I will explain the 5 clear steps Carney took to break Trump's control, and why your grocery costs, your gas prices, and your job are about to feel the strong effects of this split. So let's ignore all the extra talk and focus on the real facts. What really happened this week? On Monday morning, the White House said the extra time was finished. Trump said that unless Canada fully matched its rules on immigration and trade with his America First plan within 48 hours, a big tariff would hit every truck that crosses the border. He wanted people to feel scared. He wanted Mark Carney to fly to Washington, begging for a special pass. That is the way Trump always does things. We have seen it many times. He squeezes a friend country until they cry out, then says he won when they give in. But this time no cry came. Instead of a group of diplomats hurrying to Washington, something different happened. Silence. For 6 hours, Ottawa said nothing. The news channels on TV were confused. Trump's helpers tried to say it showed strength. They said Canada is shocked. Then at exactly 2 p.m., the fight back began. It was not a big press meeting. It was a change in how things move. News started coming in from the Gulf Coast. Shipments of heavy crude oil from Alberta, the exact kind American refineries need to work, were being slowed down, not stopped, just made slower. They called it maintenance problems. At the same time, big orders for Canadian aluminum, which US defense companies really need, were quietly sent to buyers in the European Union instead. Carney did not beg. He did not talk it out. He started an economic squeeze. By Tuesday night, the worry was not in Ottawa anymore. It was in the meeting rooms of companies in Texas and Ohio. Trump wanted a trade war. Carney decided to show him what a trade war really looks like when you face someone who knows the weak spots in the world money system. This is no longer just a small argument between countries. This is war with money and trade. And for the first time in recent history, the United States is not the one holding every advantage. You might think Canada cannot fight the US. Its economy is 10 times smaller. On paper, that is true. But in a real fight on the street, size does not matter if the other person knows exactly which spot to press hard. Carney did not just hit once. He made 5 exact moves that hit the weakest parts of the US economy. Let's look at the proof. Move number 1 is the heavy crude control point. You need to know something about American gasoline. The US makes a lot of oil, but most of it is light sweet crude. The big problem is that the huge refineries on the Gulf Coast, the ones that keep your gas prices low, were built many years ago to handle heavy sour crude. They need that thick oil. And guess where almost all of it comes from? Canada. Yesterday, Reuters said there was a sudden 15% drop in heavy crude moving through the main pipelines to the Midwest. That does not sound big, does it? Wrong. That 15% makes the difference between making money and big worry for American refiners. Carney knows that if he stops the flow all the way, he hurts Canada's economy badly. But if he just squeezes a little, he pushes US gas prices up by 50 cents a gallon in 1 week. He is not destroying the bridge. He is putting a fee on it. Move number 2 is the shift in critical minerals. This one hurts a lot. We talk about the future. Electric cars, fighter planes, data centers for augmented reality. All of those need important minerals like cobalt, lithium, and nickel. The US really wants a safe supply chain that does not depend on China. The Pentagon has been counting on Canada to supply them like it is the 51st state for mining. They thought Canadian minerals were basically American. But look at the deal signed on Wednesday. A group of big Canadian mining companies made a strong long-term agreement, not with Ford, not with Tesla, but with the European Battery Alliance and important partners in Japan. Carney took the key materials of the 21st century and locked them into deals that skip the United States. He is sending a clear message: if you put taxes on our steel, we will cut off supplies for your tech businesses. Move number 3 is the border story flip. Trump's main attack has been about the border. He said Canada was an easy door for too much migration without checks. He demanded Canada follow US rules on enforcement. Instead of agreeing, Carney's government quietly shared numbers showing that people crossing from the US into Canada, people leaving the US, have gone up 300% since Trump became president again. Carney changed the story. He is not the one with the weak border. You are. By sharing these facts now, he makes Trump look bad on his biggest issue. He shows the world that the trouble is not coming from the north. It is coming from the south. Move number 4 is how the markets reacted. Do not listen to the leaders. Watch the money. When Trump said the tariffs were coming, the Canadian dollar should have fallen hard. It moved a little, yes, but look at the US manufacturing numbers. They dropped fast. Why? Because big companies in the Fortune 500 know the real story. Their supply lines are connected to Canada like nerves in a body. You cannot pull them out without big problems. Companies like Caterpillar, GM and Boeing are quietly telling the White House they are upset right now. There are secret notes from trade groups warning that if this fight lasts 2 weeks, factories in Michigan and Ohio will stop working. Move number 5 is the power grid control. This is the big weapon no one expected. Most people do not know that large parts of the US Northeast like New York City, Boston and Vermont get hydroelectric power straight from Quebec. It keeps the lights on and, more important, keeps heating costs low in winter. This morning, Hydro-Quebec said they are doing unexpected checks on how much power they can send out for the coming winter. They did not stop the power, they just said it is not promised anymore. The governor of New York got scared right away. If Canada slows that electricity, energy prices in the Northeast jump high overnight. Carney is touching a very sensitive part of American politics, the electric bill. He is basically holding the lights of the eastern seaboard as a hostage, and he is doing it without any fighting. Trump thought he had a big hammer. Carney showed he has 5 sharp tools, and he is cutting right where it hurts most. So why is this happening? Why does the most powerful person in the world look like he is running in circles? It is because Donald Trump is using an old way of thinking. He sees trade like a real estate deal. I win, you lose. I shout, you agree. That works when you deal with someone who needs your money to live. It works with someone who is not organized. But it does not work with a complicated G7 economy run by a man who once led the Bank of England. Trump is losing because he only reacts. He wakes up, sees something on TV, gets angry, and sends out a threat. Carney sees the threat coming 3 days early. Look at how it goes. Trump threatens tariffs. Markets get scared. Trump blames the Federal Reserve. Then he threatens harder and says he will close the border. What happens? American truck companies fight back. Senators from border states call the White House saying, "Sir, my people cannot get parts." Trump makes mess, thinking it helps him. But this time, the mess is catching him. He cannot give up or he looks weak. But he cannot push forward, or he hurts the US economy badly. He is stuck in a trap he built himself. And the worst thing for him is that the world is watching. Europe is watching. China is watching. They see that the US president can lose to a calm Canadian who is good with numbers. Every day this goes on, his strong leader image breaks a bit more. You can see it at his rallies. He talks too much and jumps around. He complains about milk rules and wood prices while his supporters wonder why gas costs more. He is struggling. He tries to use fear, but fear does not work because Carney is not scared. This is the big difference. Trump needs someone to fight. Carney needs a way to fix things. Trump talks to the crowd. Carney talks to the money markets. And right now the money markets are betting on the man who knows the numbers. We need to talk about Mark Carney. You can like him or not like him, but you have to respect how calmly and smartly he is acting. Past Canadian leaders would try to be nice to Trump. They would give gifts, play golf, act like a good neighbor. Trudeau tried that. It worked for a bit, then it stopped. Carney is not trying to be friends. He treats the United States like a problem company. His plan has 3 main parts: keeping control, spreading out, and causing pain. First part is keeping control. Carney is not sorry for Canada's choices. He says they are important for national safety and cannot be changed. He uses Trump's own words against him. America first. Okay, Canada first. Second part is spreading out. For many years, Canada sent 75% of its trade to the US because it was easy. Carney is using this problem to make a hard but needed change. He is making fast trade deals with the UK, Japan and the EU. He is telling Canadian companies the US is not a safe partner anymore. Look somewhere else. Third part is pain. This is what makes it different. Carney is ready to make US voters feel hurt. He knows Trump's weak spot is rising prices. By hitting supply lines that affect prices right now, food, gas, building stuff, he skips the White House and talks straight to American wallets. He bets that Americans may like Trump's words, but they hate paying $5 for a gallon of gas even more. Carney's way is not about feelings, it is about building things differently. He is not trying to win a fight on social media. He is changing how North America works so the US has less control. He is saying, you want a wall, fine, we will build bridges to the rest of the world. This is where it feels close to you. You might be watching from Kansas or California, or maybe from Toronto or Vancouver. You might think this is just normal politics. It will pass. I am telling you it will not. This is like a divorce. We are seeing the end of the close friendship between the US and Canada. That time is over. Trump ended it, and Carney is finishing the burial. What does this mean for you? If you are in the US, it means higher prices will stay. Cheap wood for your home, gone. Cheap fruits and vegetables in winter, gone. Steady power in your area, not so sure anymore. But even bigger, it means the United States stands alone. For 100 years, America's strength came from having a safe, friendly, resource-rich country to the north. Canada was like a power source for the American military and everyday shoppers. If Canada pulls away, the US becomes weak in a way it has not been since 1812. And if you are in Canada, this is frightening too. Your prices will rise as well. Moving away from the US economy will be very hard. There will be lost jobs in factories that depend on US parts. But giving in was worse. We are seeing a big change in the world. The US is turning inward and away from others. Canada is turning outward to the world. The continent is splitting apart. There was a moment yesterday that showed it all. Cameras saw Carney leaving an important meeting with German leaders in Ottawa. A reporter yelled, "Mr. Prime Minister, is President Trump angry?" Carney kept walking. He did not smile. He fixed his sleeve, looked at the camera for a second and said, "Anger is a luxury. We are focused on logistics. That is it. That is the fight. One side is yelling, the other side is moving goods. So what happens next? The next 72 hours are very important. There are 3 possible ways this can go, and none are easy. Way A. Trump gives in. This is the most likely but also the messiest. Trump sees the stock market falling hard. He quietly gives exceptions to the tariffs, basically cancelling them without saying he lost. He will say he got some win that is not real, and trucks start moving again. But the harm is done. Trust is gone. Canadian companies keep leaving the US market because they know he might try it again soon. Way B. It gets worse. Trump's pride takes over. He sees Carney's pushback as a personal attack. He uses special powers. He tries to take things or shut the border completely. If that happens, we could see a huge market drop like in 2008. Car factories close in 3 days. Food spoils at the border. It would be total damage for both sides. Way C. It stays stuck. The tariffs remain. Canada hits back the same amount. A quiet trade war begins. The border gets slow and hard. Money leaves North America. Both the US and Canada get poorer while China and Europe take more. Right now, we are between Way A and Way B. This is when leaders usually talk and calm things. They call each other. They make a deal. But Trump does not calm down. And Carney is not calling to say sorry. He is waiting. He is letting pressure grow in the US economy's lines, waiting for a break that makes Trump act. It is like a game where 2 drivers speed toward each other, and no one knows who will turn away first. The idea that North America is one happy group is finished. We thought the border was just a line. Trump made it a weapon. Carney made it a protection. And now we are all in the danger area. The next time you put gas in your car, check the price of wood, or see a job sign go away. Think about this week. Think about the time the United States tried to push around its closest friend, and learned that friend had become strong. I want to know what you think. Is Carney taking a big risk with Canada's future? Or is he the only one using the kind of talk Trump really gets? Are you okay paying more for keeping control of your country? Put your thoughts in the comments below. I read them. And make sure you follow and turn on alerts because things are changing fast and the next step is already being made. You are watching History Shift. Stay alert.